Breaking this morning, the House passes President Trump's big, beautiful bill. What's next for the legislation?
Plus, Madison Metro ridership is growing, how the mayor is pledging to protect driver safety.
And a fun family activity returning for this season. We'll let you know when those splash pads will be opening up.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to News 3 Now This Morning on a Thursday. I'm Kyrian Lee.
And I'm Chris Stanford. Thanks for joining us.
We're following some breaking news this morning. We're taking a live look now at the House of Representatives floor.
The House has passed President Trump's expansive bill that contains, there is a lot in this bill. Trillions in tax cuts for individuals and businesses. Also, a lot of cuts, including cuts to Medicaid, food stamps, as well. It comes after a marathon session overnight of negotiations, which have resulted in a bill with multiple changes. GOP leaders say they added some amendments to appease various lawmakers because of the party's slim House majority. One moves up the timeline for new Medicaid work requirements. Analysis show that the bill could cut hundreds of billions of dollars from that program over a decade. Republicans say they're targeting able-bodied adults, but analysts say some children, people with disabilities, and seniors could also feel the impact. Other amendments include an increase in state and local tax deductions for some income groups.
We're going to check in now with meteorologist Savannah Brito. Good morning.
Good morning. We're still tracking a few spotty showers, but for the most part, that's been near Lone Rock and north of the Prairie du Chien area. We're not seeing anything across the city of Madison. A couple of spotty showers, but we're not going to add to any of the measurable rainfall that we saw the last 2 days. It was really rainy today. Unfortunately or fortunately, is not going to carry suit with what we had Tuesday and Wednesday. And we'll be a little bit warmer. We're not waking up to warmer temperatures right now. Most of southern Wisconsin in the mid 40s, but we will see highs reach near 60 this afternoon. That's still nowhere near where we should be, but we do have even warmer temperatures that are in the forecast in the near future. We'll have those details coming up.
Savannah, thank you. And also this morning, the world is watching for updates after a tense meeting between President Donald Trump and South African President Cyril Ramaphosa. During the meeting, Trump demanded explanations for claims of persecution against white South Africans. Ramaphosa rejected those claims, stating that most victims of violence in South Africa are black. This discussion comes after President Trump decided to allow dozens of white South Africans to enter the U.S. as refugees.
At home, Madison Metro has seen a number of changes this year. Ridership is growing, but driver contracts are still unsigned and future routes are in limbo. Madison's bus rapid transit system is seeing record ridership with 1.3 million rides in April. That's the highest since before the pandemic. Mayor Satya Rhodes-Conway says the city's investment in the first phase of BRT, electric buses, and new fare systems is paying off. She adds that plans are underway, too, to expand service with a new north-south route.
We are in the middle of putting together the north-south bus rapid transit expansion. So again, that's Route B. And we are continually hopeful that we might actually get federal money for that.
But as routes grow, many are concerned with driver safety. Since the beginning of the year, at least 5 drivers have been physically assaulted on the job. The city is adding some safety measures for drivers. They include plexiglass barriers and de-escalation training. The mayor says that the city will keep improving service and safety as ridership continues to grow.
A Janesville man faces attempted homicide charges. The charges against Cade Larson follow a hit and run earlier this month on Deerfield Drive. Prosecutors say a Ford Taurus struck a motorcycle, then the driver left the scene. The motorcyclist suffered serious injuries. Authorities later found the vehicle and believe the crash was intentional.
A 10-year-old boy is dead after a UTV accident. It happened in Richland Center Saturday in the town of near Richland Center in the town of Dayton. The Wisconsin DNR says the boy was driving a small UTV with a passenger on private property. They made a sharp turn, which caused the vehicle to tip over onto the driver's side. The boy was not wearing a helmet. The DNR continues to investigate.
Just one day after announcing her candidacy, Judge Chris Taylor is already receiving endorsements. Liberal Justices Rebecca Dallett, Jill Karofsky, Janet Protasewicz, and Justice-elect Susan Crawford all voiced their support for Taylor's candidacy. Judge Taylor previously served as a Democrat in the state assembly and as public policy director for Planned Parenthood of Wisconsin. She will challenge incumbent Rebecca Bradley, who is seeking a second term.
Kroger has cut the cord on its third-party online marketplace. Kroger Ship stopped selling products from other vendors a couple of months ago. Officials didn't give a reason for what led to the decision. Kroger Ship started offering items from other companies in 2020, in addition to its grocery delivery, and was touted by the company as a way to give customers more flexibility with shopping. According to trade outlet Grocery Dive, ship-to-home services dropped by more than 50% after the end of the COVID-19 pandemic.
Specialty grocers across the country are feeling the effects of changing tariffs on imported foods.
This morning, our consumer reporter Michelle Renee Quinn is going to show us how global flavors meet local shoppers amongst the new trade rules. Good morning.
Chris, Kyrion, good morning. For small grocers, these tariffs are a gut punch. They provide comfort food for millions of Americans searching for familiar flavors. Now, local grocers are rushing to stock up as President Trump's tariffs on Chinese goods drops temporarily from 145% to 30%. And it's not just specialty markets. Last year, the U.S. imported more than $200 billion in food sold in grocery stores nationwide.
I'm German and Japanese, and I'm used to just buying things from all over the place. So if I'm looking for something very specific, like I need just the right kind of wood ear fungus or something like that, they'll have it.
Business owners say even the 10% tariffs take a toll, and the fluctuation makes it difficult to order and price goods. As global tariff shifts, import grocers continue to adapt in attempts to keep customers coming back for a taste of home.
All right, Michelle Renee, thank you so much. Well, kids' breakfast cereals are becoming even less healthy. A study published in JAMA reports that fat, salt, and sugar levels in these cereals have all increased since 2010. Meanwhile, protein and fiber content have declined. The most alarming finding, just one serving of the average cereal contains 45% of a child's recommended daily sugar limit.
A new study shows social media is making kids more depressed. The research by UC San Francisco showed as kids' social media use increased, their depressive symptoms rose by more than a third by the age of 12. Another troubling find, kids who are cyberbullied were more likely to attempt suicide. They're also more likely to experiment with drugs and alcohol. A new headliner for Brat Fest will be announced this morning in just less than an hour. The announcement follows solo artist Ace Frehley, best known as the Spaceman from the rock group Kiss, canceling the performance this weekend. Organizers say Frehley canceled because of illness. VIP ticket holders are going to be contacted with next steps now. Organizers also encourage everyone to check Brat Fest social media pages for updates. And coming up in the 608 in less than 10 minutes, our Josh Breider is going to be live there with what you need to know if you're headed to Brat Fest.
Well, if you flushed a toilet today, you have a wastewater professional to thank. Today is a Wastewater Professionals Appreciation Day in Wisconsin, as declared by Governor Tony Evers for the second year in a row. These unsung heroes protect public health and the environment, making sure everything we send down the drain is safely collected, treated, and returned. Here in Madison, the Metropolitan Sewerage District also monitors wastewater for disease-causing pathogens, helping keep our community safe.
Well, if you're looking for a way to keep your kids cool this summer, this one's for you. Tomorrow, splash pads in Middleton open up for the season. The Lakeview Splash Pad is free to access. There's fun water features and places for parents to hang out in the shade. Plus, the pad is fully accessible for safety at any age. Splash pads in Lakeview Park, 6300 Mendota Avenue in Middleton. It'll be open through Labor Day.
It's always a good time. I even ran through a few times last summer, and I am looking forward to it again this summer when things warm up, though, at least.
Yeah, I'm ready to start thinking like that. I'm ready to start thinking about those summer days, where you've got time, you've got the heat, you've got the sunshine. Right now, we don't really have any of that.
Yeah, it's not coming our way right now, just not right now. But Savannah says things will change soon, right?
Yes, things are definitely going to change. We do have a lot of cloud cover today, but then by tomorrow we'll still have some sunshine, and then that it will carry over into Memorial Day weekend, but not the warmest day. We'll talk about when temps warm back up.
And coming up in your morning sports, there's less than 100 days until Wisconsin kicks off the season, where they'll be opening for their 2026 slate.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Moving forward.
In the 608 this morning, we're preparing for the world's largest Brat Fest this Memorial Day weekend.
Our Josh Breider is live at the Alliant Energy Center with something new for 2025. Good morning.
Hey, good morning to you guys. So I'm used to being on stage every morning, but maybe not this stage. We have the Brat man himself joining us this morning, Tim Metcalf. Tim, good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you.
Oh my gosh.
Thanks for being here.
It's hard to believe Memorial Day weekend is here already.
Yeah, it's great, and we're all set up. All the tents are up, all the stages are up. We had a little bit of weather, but we got it all done, and we're ready to Brat Fest with Madison, Wisconsin.
You know, this is amazing, and you talk about this area right here. I mean, this is a big setup. You guys are prepared for how many people this weekend?
Well, some years it's been over 100,000 people, so it just depends on the day. Like, we've got a great lineup tonight, great lineup tomorrow night, and a whole bunch of things are going on. We got a volleyball tournament, we got a 5K run, we got a kids run, got the farm zone, the kids zone. So, it starts off kind of slow in the day, and then the music comes out at night, and then it fills up with people. So we'll have about 10,000 people here at night tonight, but about 100,000 over the weekend. It's amazing.
Wow, that's so cool. All right,
and it's free.
That's the best part right there. We have some video we want to show folks, because if you've never been to Brat Fest, I mean, this is all about community, and you guys have been doing this for many, many years. You said you've been doing this for what, 35 years?
I've been doing it for 35. This is our 45th year. To date, we've raised about $2.8 million. So we'll probably be over 2.9, getting close to $3 million. That goes to all the 501c3s to help put this on, and all that money stays right here in Dane County and does really great things. So you get a great brat, you get to listen to free music, you get to do all this fun stuff, but then at the same time you're raising money to do good things in this community.
So one of the new things that News 3 Now is proud to sponsor this year is the Brat Fest Marketplace. We'll be talking about that a little bit later, but you guys are always trying to adapt with the times.
Yeah, we're really excited about that. There's a lot of fun things to do for everybody, but this year we have a marketplace, and then we're going to have gifters and crafters and just people that make all different things for your home and whatever, and that's going to be over in the pavilion over by the Coliseum, so you can come to Brat Fest, have a brat, and then go over there and just kind of shop and browse. So that we're really excited about that, and a lot of fun things that are going to be in there, and you guys are the sponsor of that.
I
so
know,
thank you.
Yes, we're super proud about that. And hey, you have a News 3 Now exclusive this morning, a pretty big announcement when it comes to a little bit of a music change this weekend.
Yeah, so this is really kind of a big one. We have a big headliner tonight by the name of Ace Frehley, and yesterday afternoon we got the announcement that he's not well. He's not feeling well. So our team went out and we were able to secure another icon, an 80s icon. So Winger is going to be here at Brat Fest tonight, I think 7 o'clock. So Winger happened to be, huge in the 80s. 17 is like his big song. He's played with Bon Jovi, Kiss, Metallica, all those guys. So, a huge superstar is coming to Madison, playing for free, and you can be right up front here and watching him, so that'll be at 7 o'clock. So we're excited about that announcement. We're sorry that Ace isn't going to be here, but yeah, it's going to be a big night here at Brat Fest.
Oh my gosh, that's exciting. And thanks for sharing with our Channel 3 viewers this morning. They're hearing that first. Tim, thank you very much. Good to see you, and have a great weekend. The weather's looking great too.
Yeah, it's looking great. Thanks to you guys.
Yes,
So
you bet. If you'd like to learn more about Brat Fest, again, happening all weekend long, just go to the story up on channel3000.com. With the Brat Man, I'm Josh Spreiter, live here at the Alliant Energy Center grounds. News 3 Now.
Yeah, good stuff. How about that exclusive announcement? Winger headlining instead of Ace Frehley, who had to cancel because he was ill.
Yes.
Big news.
Yeah, big news. And for those heading out to Brat Fest this weekend, let's check in with Savannah to see what they could expect. Good morning.
Good morning. Well, at least the weekend is looking a lot better than what we've been tracking the last couple of days. And today will be a little better than the last 48 hours, which brought us a lot of rainfall. We're at 45 right now, a mix of sunshine and cloud cover. That's pretty much going to be where we sit most today, partly sunny to mostly cloudy skies. Still cool, but at least our temperatures are going to reach near 60. Yesterday and the day prior to that, really all week, we've been a lot cooler than that. Our average temperature high, the lower 70s. We'll see that mid to late week finally next week. So we do have some warmer days ahead. Just got a little bit of time until we get there. These are the rainfall totals across a couple spots. I picked Madison at the Dane County Regional Airport. We got just under 1.5 inches. Janesville saw only about 3/4 of an inch. Lone Rock got over 1.5 inches. And then areas like La Crosse and Viroqua had the most amount of rainfall. Both those areas fell between about 2 and as high as 3 inches. That was on our NextRad future radar that we do do have the accumulations from that, and then some from the National Weather Service as well. Aside of a spotty shower, that's really going to be the only thing we see in the forecast. That will not add on to our rainfall totals, though, and temperatures climb close to 60. We will see some sunshine, some clouds, but then we fall all the way down into the upper 30s, lower 40s overnight. Our forecast low in Madison 40, so some patchy frost is possible. I think Friday night, so tomorrow night, will be a little bit cooler than what we'll wake up with tomorrow. Saturday morning will be a cold start. And then a similar pattern where tomorrow we inch up a little bit more as far as temperatures go. That'll take us through Memorial Day weekend and Memorial Day on Monday. Sunday, Monday would be your next chance of showers. As far as winds go, we're still looking at gusts to around 15 to 20 miles per hour. That'll be the case going forward today. They die down tonight. Patchy frost possible, and then they're going to increase again for Friday afternoon. Over the weekend, our wind speeds are finally going to come down, which is good news. Here's the frost that I was talking about. There are frost advisories well north of the Minneapolis area and across northern Wisconsin, but I do think some patchy frost anyways is possible. It's really going to be the better chance north of here, but our temperatures will get pretty cold, so make sure that you do bring potted plants indoors or sensitive vegetation. Cover that up if you can. The good news is we warm up further then. Even what we'll have over the weekend, the mid-60s will be a lot better than the 40s and 50s we've seen the last couple of days. But mid to late week next week is when we warm back up to above average, actually likely by next Thursday into next weekend.
In 98 days, Wisconsin will kick off their season, and there isn't much better than playing at Camp Randall. Well, maybe one thing. How about playing at Lambeau Field, where Luke Fickell's squad will open their 2026 slate, and they'll do it on a Sunday. Now, originally scheduled for September 5th, the game against the Irish shifted a day to the 6th. Notre Dame won the first meeting in the Shamrock Series between the two at Soldier Field back in 2021. For the third straight season, the Packers will hold joint practices with two teams during training camp. Green Bay will head to Indianapolis for a session with the Colts before their second game of the preseason, and then host the Seahawks the following week for a joint practice in Green Bay. The reigning WCHA regular season and tournament champs now know the road back on being top of the league, and it starts in the end of September with a road series at Bemidji State. Wisconsin's conference home opener is 2 weeks later when they welcome in Minnesota Duluth to Madison. The big ones on the schedule are, of course, Minnesota. They come to Laban over Halloween weekend to renew the border battle rivalry. And then Ohio State. They'll travel to Columbus on December 5th and host the Buckeyes on February 6th. Brewers going for the sweep of the O's. Bottom 9, down a run, and down to the last out. And Caleb Durbin puts one in play deep enough for Sal Frelick to slide in safely to send this one into extra innings. But things got bad in the 11th for the home team. The Orioles scored 4 runs in the frame, including this 3-run bomb. Brewers fall in extra innings, 8-4 the final. And that's it for morning sports. Have a great day.
Well, so much for the Brewer streak.
Spoke too soon.
I know. We were all excited that they were turning the quarter, but I don't know. Long season, a lot of games left. Still ahead, look at the new attractions at Universal Orlando, and a news anchor pushes the limits.
We'll be right back after this.
All right, we are back. Today is a day that a lot of Harry Potter fans have been waiting a long time for.
We can tell by your tie that you're one of those
I know, I got my
fans.
Gryffindor tie on today. That's because Universal Studios is opening up their new Harry Potter exhibit. Epic Universe includes a new Harry Potter adventure called The Ministry of Magic. It blends 1920s Paris from Fantastic Beasts and 1990s London with a thrilling ride called Harry Potter and the Battle at the Ministry. The $7 billion park also features Super Nintendo World, How to Train Your Dragon, Celestial Park, and Dark Universe. It officially opens up today. I've been seeing some of the reviews from some special VIP ticket holders that got some sneak peeks.
Okay, what are their
rave reviews.
Okay.
For just Harry Potter or also Super Mario?
Other stuff too. The How to Train Your Dragon stuff, the Nintendo stuff, getting some good reviews as well. So if you're thinking about taking a trip to Florida sometime, maybe for next summer. I know that when something like this opens up, it tends to be pretty busy, pretty packed. So if you want some space, then maybe next year. Well, this has got us talking this morning. An Albany, New York news anchor has to really love her job because she stayed on the air despite going into labor. 4:15 yesterday morning, the anchor, Olivia Jacquith, her water broke, and then she stayed on the air until about 8 o'clock in the morning. Almost 4 hours later, she said she would rather be at work.
She must have not been in pain, because when those contractions hit you, baby, I'm telling you, it's no joke. So she must have not been in the pain.
Look at her right there.
There was no pain.
No, I see a smile.
3 hours after her water broke.
Yes.
Just a good distraction.
What a trooper.
From it all, right?
All right, back after this. Breaking overnight, what we know about a deadly shooting outside a D.C. museum and the suspect involved.
Plus, a judge's encounter with ICE. New video from an incident at a Milwaukee courtroom that's sparking national attention.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to News 3 Now this morning on a busy Thursday. I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Kyrie Lee. Thanks for waking up with us. We are following some breaking news this morning. We're taking a live look at the state capitol. The House has voted 215 to 214 to pass an expansive bill that contains cuts to Medicaid, food stamps, and taxes.
Yeah, the U.S. Capitol here in Washington, where the site on the House floor where just less than 30 minutes ago the House passed that big, beautiful bill that President Trump has been touting for some time now. It's a major victory for the president and Speaker Johnson. This bill includes a lot. It will now head to the Senate, where more changes are expected. We are also following this morning. Madison police investigating after a person walked into Meriter Hospital with a gunshot wound.
Police say the person has non-life-threatening injuries. It happened last night before 10. At this time, there is no further information from police, and an investigation is ongoing.
Breaking overnight in the nation's capital, a suspect now in custody after accused of killing 2 Israeli embassy employees. It happened outside of the Capitol Jewish Museum in Washington. The suspect, police say, shot Yaron Lachinsky and Sarah Milgram as they exited the museum just after 9 o'clock last night. Police say they were targeted. The D.C. police chief also says that the suspect entered the museum shortly after the shooting. People inside the museum said the event staff thought that the suspect was just a witness of the shooting. But after he was offered water, this happened.
He reaches into his bag and pulls out a keffiyeh and says, "I did it. I did this for Gaza," and just starts shouting "Free Palestine." And that's when the police came in and arrested him.
The suspect is believed to have acted alone. He has been tentatively identified as 30-year-old Elias Rodriguez from Chicago. Police and the FBI are investigating whether this attack has potential ties to terrorism and motivations based on hate.
Well, let's check in now with meteorologist Savannah Brito. Good morning.
Good morning. Still got a few spotty showers, but those have really been west of the Lone Rock area and in between Prairie du Chien this morning. Maybe an area that sees a drizzle, a very stray shower through the day, but most of us are going to stay dry. We're waking up to the mid-40s right now. It's a little bit of a better start compared to the last couple of days, but temperatures overnight tonight and Friday night are really going to fall. At least we'll see warmer afternoon temperatures, though. Close to 60 this afternoon. We will see partly sunny skies to mostly cloudy skies, but we will have a little bit of sunshine. I just think we'll see more tomorrow, and then specifically into the first half of Memorial Day weekend. We'll have the Memorial Day forecast and also talk about when 70s could return coming up.
All right, been a while since we've felt those. Thanks, Savannah. Take a look at this. This morning we have new video from the Milwaukee County Courthouse where Judge Hannah Dugan's courtroom is located. Judge Dugan pleaded not guilty recently to federal charges after allegedly helping an undocumented immigrant evade ICE agents.
Now let's take a look at this footage here. The footage shows federal agents in plain clothes. Judge Dugan learns they're present and directs them to the chief judge's office. Most of the agents begin to leave.
The undocumented man is then seen leaving Dugan's courtroom. Federal prosecutors say Dugan knew of a warrant for his arrest, but helped him leave anyway. In the video, it appears the agent was waiting in the hallway and then followed the man onto an elevator and outside. Moments later, he is seen running. New this morning, Wisconsinites are receiving mail claiming to be census questionnaires. The census is known to collect your personal information.
Scammers view this as an opportunity to get enough personal information from you to commit identity theft and other frauds. Our consumer reporter Michelle Renee Quinn has your scam alert this morning. Show us how consumers can verify the documents they receive.
Yeah, you can confirm the survey or letter in the mail is from the Census Bureau by looking at the envelope that it comes in. For example, U.S. Census Bureau will be in the return address, or U.S. Department of Commerce, which is the Census Bureau's parent agency. Another sign of verified census surveys is if the return address is in Jeffersonville, Indiana. The Census Bureau has a mail processing center there. Getting mail from the Census Bureau is common as it conducts over 100 surveys on households, businesses, hospitals, and more yearly. But when it comes to emails, you can verify by checking the domain it was sent from. If it was sent from @census.gov, you can confirm it's official. And the last thing to remember is the Census Bureau will never ask for your full social security number, bank account number, your mother's maiden name, or passwords. And if you're still unsure if it's a scam or not, you can contact the Wisconsin Regional Office to verify the survey.
Michelle Renee, thank you. Good information to keep in mind. Well, in other news, federal health officials say they will restrict access to COVID shots. New FDA standards show that vaccines will be available in the fall for everyone over the age of 65 and people with certain medical conditions. The agency says it wants more data to prove the benefits of the shots. Up until now, COVID shots were recommended for everyone over 6 months. Health officials are asking vaccine manufacturers for new clinical trials to track outcomes.
We're hearing from Unity Point Health Meritor nurses who are preparing to strike Tuesday. It comes after contract talks with the hospital stalled this week. The union canceled what was supposed to be a final bargaining session on May 26th. Meritor says the next proposed date, May 29th, would come after the strike begins. About 1,000 nurses are planning to walk off the job, citing safety concerns and staffing shortages.
This is not something we want to do. We do not want to strike. But on the other hand, nurses are at that front level of patient view. We are the ones who are providing that bedside care and keeping people alive.
Meritor, meantime, says it is negotiating in good faith and plans to remain open during the strike. They released a statement saying, "We have robust plans in place to maintain regular operations and are bringing in qualified, highly skilled nurses who are trained and oriented to our policies and procedures."
UW Health and Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield have reached a new multi-year agreement. After months of negotiations, Anthem BCBS members will continue to receive uninterrupted care at UW Health facilities, including hospitals, clinics, fertility services, and the UW Medical Foundation. The contract covers employer coverage, Medicare Advantage, Medicaid, and ACA Marketplace plans.
Farmers are reacting to new testing standards for milk. One milk sample will now be tested monthly from each dairy farm for avian flu. The test will take place at the Wisconsin Veterinary Diagnostic Lab. John Haig is one of the owners of Haig Dairy, a farm with about 115 milking cows. Bird flu has not been detected in dairy herds in Wisconsin, and Haig wants to keep it that way.
We hope that we never see it here in Wisconsin, but if it is, let's be proactive and get on top of it right away to keep it from spreading and getting as bad as it has in the other states.
The USDA says pasteurization, the process of heating up milk to kill harmful bacteria, does inactivate the bird flu virus.
This morning, the UW Platteville community is continuing to heal after Monday's deadly shooting involving 2 women. Since then, the university's 3 full-time therapists, along with professionals from Empathia and Mantra Health, have been providing support. They say everyone is grieving and coping in their own way. Michelle Calissimo with Empathia, a crisis support service for UW Platteville, says more people are starting to talk to one another.
They're starting to connect with their support systems, and they're also connecting with the resources that they need to help them understand, why am I feeling this way? Why can't I go to sleep at night?
The university will continue offering walk-in urgent counseling sessions this week from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Faculty and staff can also schedule individual or group counseling through Essentra Health on site.
What if all the proceeds from a home sale went to fund research and care for kids with cancer? That's what St. Jude Children's Research Hospital's Dream Home Giveaway is all about. And yesterday was a big day for the project. It was floor signing day at the Dream Home in Waunakee, the first for St. Jude in Wisconsin. Here, all the contributing vendors and suppliers had a chance to write a special message on the floor to St. Jude patients. Everyone's giving all their parts and labor to St. Jude Children's Research Hospital in Memphis. Why? Well, the answer was simple for Amanda Knapp from Electric One, who lost her own daughter at the age of 8.
She taught us a lot about life, and so when we had the opportunity to be involved with St. Jude's and to help another child and another family walk that same journey that we were walking or had walked, I wanted to be able to contribute and do whatever we could.
This home is going to be on the Parade of Homes in mid-June if you want to check it out. It'll also be available for sale around that time. News 3 Now is a proud partner with St. Jude. We'll continue to bring you their stories over the next few months as our partnership continues.
What a beautiful thing. I know a lot of pain behind those stories, but also a lot of love.
Yeah, I mean, it's a huge fundraiser for an organization that relies so heavily on it so they don't charge patients and their families for any of the care or any hospital stays or any of that. The parents, families, the patients, they never receive a bill if they go to St. Jude. And it's fundraisers like this that make that possible.
Yeah, so those donations matter.
Yeah.
Well, let's check in with Savannah. What's going on?
Well, guys, we have another Omega block that's been building, and that's going to take us through Memorial Day. We'll talk about what this means for us coming up.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Moving forward.
Well, we're not waking up to any more showers. Really, those are all kind of just directly west between Lone Rock and Prairie du Chien in comparison to Madison. But we do have some sunshine, a lot of clouds out there as well. Temperatures, though, at least are in the mid to upper 40s across southern Wisconsin. Not a bad start. It's better than what we have seen, and temperatures overall will be a little bit warmer, still cooler than normal by about 10 degrees, but at least we reach and at least get close to the 60-degree mark later this afternoon. We've got nothing across Dane County, but those showers that I was talking about really near Prairie du Chien and then Lone Rock, that's really the only few minimal showers that we do have this morning. Big change from the last 2 mornings when everything was pretty much green. We even had some pretty heavy rain and yellow pockets over the last couple of days too. This is over the last 48 hours. So we did get about 1.5 inches in Madison, areas near Platteville, Janesville, Kenosha, where the dark blue is and even the greens. Those are the least amount of rainfall that we did see. Those areas closer to actually just about 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch. The heaviest the rainfall did fall near La Crosse. Those areas got 3 inches. Near Viroqua, about 2 3/4 of an inch. And then places near Watertown between 2 and 3 inches as well. Same with Fond du Lac and Sheboygan. So any purples and reds, and that is across about half the area, saw the heaviest and higher rainfall totals out of all of us across southern Wisconsin. Might see a stray shower. That's not going to add on to any more of our rainfall totals that we do have or we'll see across southern Wisconsin. Highs near 60, and then we fall near 40 tonight. Some patchy frost is possible as winds come down and temperatures fall. Bring inside sensitive vegetation, or at least cover that up if you can. Friday night, tomorrow night's going to be a little bit cooler though, but tomorrow afternoon will be warmer than what we'll see today. Everyone at least reaches the lower 60s tomorrow, maybe even a couple spots in the mid 60s. We do have a ridge in that Omega block that's been building, so warmer temperatures and the high pressures out across the Great Plains now. For us, we did have that low pressure that did move overhead yesterday and on Tuesday. That moving southeast of here now, so that will dry us up, and warmer temperatures are going to expand further eastward, and that'll include us with above average temperatures in, I think, around next Wednesday. We'll be closer to normal, but then towards the end of next week, heading into next weekend, that's when we're going to see above average temperatures that push the 80-degree mark again. So we do got warmer days ahead, just have to wait a little while till we get there.
Well, I know we got to wait a few days, but I am looking forward to it.
Me too, that's for sure.
Yeah, earn those temperatures.
Yes.
We did after this week.
Sure did. All right, thank you, Savannah. Savannah's looking for some more Plan Your Day videos. So if you want to send one, we'd appreciate it. Share your name, where you're at, and then upload it to the website, channel3000.com, the First Horn Weather app, Facebook Messenger, or email, and then watch to see if you make it on the air.
In the 608, we're gearing up for the world's largest Brat Fest this Memorial Day weekend.
Josh Sprider is live outside the Alliant Energy Center with something new for 2025. Good morning, Josh.
Good morning, guys. We're talking about the Brat Fest Marketplace, and that's brand new for 2025 right here in the arena next to the Coliseum. And here to talk a little bit more about that and Brat Fest in general is the Brat man himself, Tim Metcalf. Tim, good morning to you.
Good morning, Josh. Thanks for being here.
You know, you're super excited. You guys are always trying to change things, and this year you're bringing in this marketplace, and this is really about celebrating local.
Yeah, it's really going to be a lot of fun. So, you know, we're going to probably have about 70 different vendors that are going to be in here, and they're crafters and there's arters and there's some people that are, selling goods and that type of stuff. But they've been working all winter long, and they're going to have all their newest stuff here. So it's going to be really exciting. You can go to Brat Fest, have a brat, listen to the music, go to the kids zone, go to the farm zone, and then just come over and come inside and go strolling and go shopping and go to the marketplace. So it's going to be exciting.
And for folks that have never been to Brat Fest, obviously this is a Madison staple. You guys have been doing this for what, 45 years?
43.
43 years. That's a long time for an event like this.
Yes, yeah. So yeah, it started in front of my dad's store over at Hilldale, and it was just a customer appreciation day that he was doing, and so that was really humble beginnings. We were selling brats for 50 cents and pops for a dime, and then you go 43 years later, and we'll probably have about 100,000 people on this island listening to music. It's all free. Free parking, free admission, free music, and then now we have this marketplace. So there's just so many things to do for the family, and the weather's going to be fantastic. So we're really excited about this weekend.
It's looking like a great weekend. We have some video we want to show folks because you guys really take over the entire Alliant Energy Center grounds. This is a big deal.
Yeah. So we have a volleyball tournament, one of the largest volleyball tournaments in the state of Wisconsin. All these amazing athletes that have played college volleyball, they're going to be out there competing. We have a 5K run, we got a 10K run, we got a kids run, and we got a dog jog. And then, of course, we got a petting zoo, so we're going to have zebras here.
Oh,
so
wow.
You can feed the animals, you can pet the animals, and then Bucky Badger's going to be here. All the different mascots from Madison are going to be here. So, and then, of course, we have the carnival, and then Sunday night, my opinion, one of the best fireworks shows in Madison goes off Sunday night at 9:05. It'll be amazing. So a lot of things to do at Brat Fest.
It's going to be a great weekend, and of course, a lot of folks look forward to the music as well. There's a little bit of a change in music, but I think folks are going to be really excited about a little News 3 Now exclusive that they get to hear first this morning.
Absolutely. So late last night, we heard Ace Frehley, who is one of the lead singers for Kiss, wasn't feeling well. He's not well. And so he canceled last night, so we got on the phones last night, and we've got Winger coming to Brat Fest. So Winger was a huge band in the 80s. One of his songs was 17, most of us know that. He's toured with Bon Jovi, Kiss, Metallica. So it's to have him come here, that band come here, that's a huge band. Ace Frehley and Kiss, that's a huge band. But to get this on such short notice, and he happens to be my cousin.
Wow, there you go.
So we're really excited. So a lot of great music. Danny Gokey's going to be here also. He was an American Idol. And again, it's free. You can walk right up to the stage and listen to these guys. And we hope you buy a beverage and a thing so that we can help donate to these charities. But there's a lot of great, exciting things at Brat Fest 2025.
We're looking forward to it, Tim. Thank you so much for your time this morning. We appreciate it. Again, News 3 Now is a proud sponsor of the Brat Fest Marketplace. You can check it out this weekend. If you'd like to learn more about Brat Fest in general, just go to the story up on channel3000.com. At the Alliant Energy Center, I'm Josh Breiter, News 3 Now.
All right, we got that exclusive, finding out early about the new headliner.
Winger, that's like classic hair metal band. Like that's that genre, like you said, like the Bon Jovis, the Van Halens, all that stuff, the Poisons. So cool. A Winger, short notice, big get for such a short time frame.
Yeah, so hopefully people will enjoy Brat Fest. Kicks off tomorrow morning.
You're going? You're doing it?
I'm going to try to get out there.
You're going to try to get out there?
Yes. I know you'll be out there.
I'll be out there at 11 o'clock tomorrow as one of the cashiers. So stop by and say hi. Meantime, you got an idea for Josh, reach out and let him know about it.
Coming up in the morning sprint, the sportswear giant returning to Amazon.
If you got a little kiddo turning 3 soon, let us know. We'll show their picture on TV. We're back after this with the sprint. It's time for the morning sprint.
This morning, Madison police are investigating after a person walked into Meriter Hospital with a gunshot wound. Police say the person has non-life-threatening injuries. It happened last night before 10. At this time, there is no further information and an investigation is ongoing.
Breaking overnight, new video of police taking the suspect accused of killing 2 Israeli embassy staffers into custody. The suspect shot and killed the couple outside the Capitol Jewish Museum. Police say that the suspect targeted the pair as they exited the museum just after 9 p.m. After the shooting, witnesses say the suspect entered the museum and shouted, "I did this for Gaza and free Palestine."
Breaking now as we take a live look at the nation's capital. The House has voted 215 to 214 to pass an expansive bill that contains cuts to Medicaid, food stamps, and taxes. This is a major victory for the president and Speaker Mike Johnson. It will now go to the Senate.
Nike is set to resume selling its products directly on Amazon. It comes after a 6-year break. The sportswear giant pulled back to focus on its own direct-to-consumer operations. Going back to Amazon comes as Nike says it'll hike prices on some of its shoes and apparel starting next week.
Federal health officials say they will restrict access to COVID shots. New FDA standards show that vaccines will be available in the fall for everyone over the age of 65 and people with certain medical conditions. The agency says it wants more data to prove the benefits of the shots. Up until now, COVID shots were recommended for everyone over 6 months. Health officials are asking vaccine manufacturers for new clinical trials to track outcomes.
Winger is the new headliner for this year's Brat Fest. The announcement comes after solo artist Ace Frehley, best known as Spaceman from the rock group Kiss, canceled his performance because of illness. VIP ticket holders are going to be contacted with next steps. Organizers encourage attendees to check out Brat Fest's social media pages for the latest update. Brat Fest kicks off tomorrow at 6 a.m.
Temperatures are going to be near 60, maybe a stray shower, but it's not going to be widespread like the last 2 days. We got about 1.5 inches in Madison over the last 48 hours. 70s. Really looking forward to all of those. Wednesday next week looks good, but really looking forward to next weekend. Friday and Saturday could be close to 80 already again.
Yes. So the splash pad tomorrow may be a little chilly, but
yeah, maybe go next week.
Next week. All right, Savannah, thank you.
Thanks for watching. Have a good one.